back in the garage working on the Countach project. Not a lot going on this time, just really opening up the headlight assembly spacing so that way they lay in there properly. I've got a lot of other stuff going on outside of cars this weekend, so we're going to cut this one pretty short, so let's go ahead and get started. If you've been watching these videos, you'll see where we left off last time is we have these in place, so that way they open and close, but you'll see right here where it's coming down, it's hitting right here. So what I'm going to do, it's probably about a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch, open that up, so that way it can lay in there properly. I'm also going to do some body filler, and this is on both sides. We're going to go ahead and patch in here. You can see that the cut is a little bit off, so we're going to straighten all that up, sand everything, clean it, and then reprime it, and that'll wrap up our time in here. So I'm going to go ahead and check out the other side, and then we'll get down to business. On this side, have a little bit of a little damage there when I was cutting. I hit the body, so we're going to fill that, clean up that edge as well. This one here is also, let's see here, opening. So that one's coming up nice, but same thing there, hitting along there. And then this right here needs to be straightened up a little bit. The body filler is all nice and dried and nice and hard and ready to be sanded, filled on both sides, all the imperfections, so that way we can go ahead and reshape it. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to widen this as far as dropping it down a little bit for more room, and then we'll put the pop-ups back in there, make sure everything lays in properly, and then we'll pretty much wrap it up this time here in the garage. But I'll get a close-up of what we've got going on here. There it is there. We had that cut into the body that's been filled, so now we'll go ahead and shape that nicely. And then here on this side, I went ahead and filled up there where it was kind of veering off, straightened it, so all we have to do is just smooth that out. Just finished clearing all this up, nicked it a little bit there, so I'm going to patch that up, but just put this in so we can see how it fits in. Perfect. You can see that the spacing is good all around. It tucks all the way in flush. A little bit elevated here, maybe about 1/8 of an inch. That's due to inside the wheel well where I had to shave down some of the metal from the old frame. I need to cut a little bit that was left behind. That'll let that go all the way in, but you can see that there. Nice and clean, not hitting anywhere, nice good clearance. So that looks good. So we're gonna head off to the other side, do that one, and then we'll wrap it up. Both of the openings have been expanded how they needed to be. Went ahead and patched up all the damage on the edges, sanded it nice and smooth. Just putting a little bit of just a kind of a plastic resin, just touching up just a little bit here. Gonna let that dry, and then we'll put the headlight assemblies back in and wrap it up. I already tested them in there. They fit nice and good. This one here is still a little bit off. It fits fine, but just a little bit out of alignment. I'm not getting into it this time, but the next time in the garage, we'll go ahead and align that, and then that'll take care of that. So let's go ahead and let this resin dry, and then I'm going to sand it up real nice. Go ahead and just touch up the primer on it. We'll put the headlight assemblies back in it, take a look at it, and then we'll call it a day. Just finished putting this assembly back in. You can see all that's cleaned up. The damage has all been touched up. It's been reprimed. Just a little bit of some damage there on the body on that corner that may have been caused when I was cutting this down. So that'll have to be touched up next time. But you can see the gap around it is perfect. The spacing is perfect. Opens and closes nice and smooth, no issues. So this side is done. Here on the driver's side, we have that set in place. Doing some body work here. When I was cutting out the opening, I kind of cut it too much. It was out of alignment. So we went ahead and rebuilt that, letting that dry, and then I'm going to sand that. But this right here, this one's opening nicely too. No obstructions. However, it's leaving too much of a gap here. So next time in the garage, I'm just going to have to realign this a little bit better. It needs to move up maybe about a 1/16 of an inch, because once this is sanded, we want that space to be pretty balanced like it was on the passenger side. So once this is dry, we're going to sand this down, we'll prime it, and then we'll take a look and see how it looks. just went ahead and put the driver's side in. You can see here, it's got too much of a gap up here, as we were talking about earlier. This all turned out really good. I don't know if you saw earlier in the video, there was a cut mark into the body here. That's all been fixed. A little bit here around the edges though, a little bit rough. So we're getting ready to wrap up this time in the garage. But this right here is in. And if you open it now, it's nice and smooth. Doesn't hit anything. The only issue, like I said, is that's off. So the next time in here, we're gonna have to align that. Move that up probably about a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch just to center it better. And then we'll patch up around here. And then on the other side, as well as on this side, the outer sides of the pop-up headlight assemblies are a little bit higher, and it's kind of that way. So what I may have to do is on both of them, go ahead and definitely align this one. I do need to cut a little bit of the extra leftover framing that's still in there that's hindering this from going in all the way. But depending how that looks, may have to tilt them a little bit on this angle like that. So that way the outer end goes down, the inner end comes up. We're looking at probably about no more than an 1/8 of an inch max, just to kind of keep it in line with the contour of the fenders. So, but overall, definitely turned out good. Coming along nicely, just need to align everything next time. Okay, well that wraps up this time in the garage working on the Countach project. As mentioned at the beginning, that's all that I wanted to really get done this time, was just getting those openings cut out to the right size, that way everything can tuck down in there the way it needs to. Next time here, we'll go ahead and focus on getting the alignment on the driver's side assembly squared away, that way it opens and closes nicely like it does on the passenger side. We'll also sand down both of those assemblies, prime them, get them ready for paint, and then hopefully be able to mount the pop-up headlight motors, mount their brackets, so that way we can get ready to start wiring them up, connecting relays, all that, so we can wrap up that whole headlight project. So I hope this video was informative for you. I hope it was enjoyable. Please send me any questions, any comments. I would love to hear from you. As always, I appreciate all the support. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.